The woman's screams echoed through the house. They joined the cacophony of screams that could be heard around the city. The Inquisition had arrived, hunting like a lion. Non-believers had to be found. Yet another scream could be heard, different from the others, younger, much younger. Susanna had done it. She'd borne her second son. The Inquisitor had arrived and wanted to see her, whose home was so far away and whose heart was so heavy. Susanna knew he had been searching for her for months, and without her sacrifice, he would even take her children. Her companion understood. Tabit loved her. She could trust him with her children. The door burst open. There he was, the Inquisitor. She knew Gonzalo only too well, and she feared him. Susanna knew what he wanted. The key. He was looking for the others, too. She knew that. But she would never give them up. Yet another scream echoed through the city.
Test Flight 19. The safety net is secure. The weather is on our side, even if it is a bit too windy. The invention is ready up on the hill.
You are testing my patience, Morales.
We'll be underway in no time, Senor Conde. I'll speak briefly to Conde and my brother. Then we'll begin our test flight. We need the covers to hide our flying machine from prying eyes. There are soldiers of the Inquisition in the city, and we have to be careful. We could really displease the Church with our test flights. We need the covers to hide our flying machine. We could really El Conde, our esteemed Count and only client, a miser on whose money and benevolence we are reliant. Senor Conde?
What?
Everything is ready for our first test flight.
I hope it's clear that it is the flight, not the test, that I'm paying for.
Absolutely clear.
And that your sacrilegious inventions could land you before the court of the Inquisition.
We know that.
Then perhaps you also know that the Count of Florence has increased his wager and has employed a certain Da Vinci.
Da Vinci. Perhaps you mean the Da Vinci who's better known for body snatching for what he calls anatomical studies than for craftsmanship in building flying machines.
The very one. And I hope that you are soon more well known for your practical successes than your impractical theories.
I hope so too, Conde. I assure you that you've backed the right horse with us.
If it's a flying horse, yes. Otherwise, you'll spend the rest of your lives trotting around on a Spanish donkey.
We'll do it.
I expect nothing less.
My brother Ramon. I hope he didn't eat too much for breakfast. Ramon?
Yes, Fyodor?
Today we are going to crack it, Ramon. Today we take off. This is our day.
It'll be fine. I have my talisman with me.
Everything's perfect. The hill is steep enough and the wind is blowing favorably.
Anything that doesn't end like last time is a success. The grazes have only just healed.
We can swap if you like, but then you'll have to explain the technology behind it to the Count.
And you'll have to overcome your vertigo.
I'm not scared of heights. It's just a kind of nausea
that you get when the air is thin. It's fine. The stars are aligned well. That's the main thing.
I went through all the calculations again last night. There's nothing that can go wrong. In theory.
Then let's get going. The Count is waiting.
You can start when ready. Oh! Ramon! Ramon?
I'm alive!
A disaster. You two are nothing more than charlatans.
But the invention flew.
Invention? This terrible contraption is only suited as fuel for your funeral pyre.
Please, esteemed Conde, I have many more ideas on how to improve the machine. Think of the money you have already invested.
I'll give you one more week. And if I lose my wager thanks to your incompetence, then I'll make sure that the court of the Inquisition shows interest in your heretical experiments.
Ramon's guardian angel deserves a medal. Ramon, hold on tight. I'll soon have you out of there.
Good! I thought you were going to just leave me hanging on.
Dear brother, what luck! I feared the worst.
Not this time. I'd love to get my feet back on solid ground now.
Yes, of course. I'll get you up here straight away. Just a minute. Hold on!
Yes, hurry up!
The tree looks deep-rooted. The tree looks deep-rooted. The net was supposed to catch the flying machine before it reached the cliffs. You learn something new every day. Good that this tree was here. Ramon could have glided straight into the sea. The flying machine isn't important right now. I have to help Ramon. Our workshop cart. We transported the flying machine and our tools with it. Our tools. Somewhere around here should be... Ah, yes. There's a knife there too. Should be useful. I'll take it. I could take the side pieces off and use them as a ladder, but they are very short. Let's see what I can do with these. We need the covers to hide our flying machine from prying eyes. There are soldiers of the Inquisition. We could really displease the church. I don't need the whole net. The rails are much too long. Here, Ramon, a rope ladder.
Well done, Theodore. Can you tie it up somewhere?
That should hold.
Thank you, brother. You saved me.
I'm sorry. I miscalculated the launch angle. There's something not quite right with the whole construction.
No real harm done. Good that I had my talisman with me.
You really are one of a kind, dear brother. Come, now we have to salvage the flying machine.
I think you'll have to do that on your own. My leg won't hold up.
Oh, is it painful?
Only when I put weight on it. I have to lie down.
Yes, relax. I'll do this. I can't get at that right now. Good that this tree was here. I'll take my rope ladder with me. The workshop cart is sure to need its rungs back at some point. Too short. A rope ladder is awkward. I need something more sturdy that I can stand on. I could also cut down the tree to get at the flying machine, but this way is much more dignified for an inventor. Good. Then let's get the bird down from the tree. Perhaps there's something that can be used again. The test flight was actually a success. It only got a bit out of control. We can sort that out.
Hey, Theodore, I'll help you in a minute. I've got something really important to do first, though.
We've got exactly 1 week before the Count has us put in thumbscrews. I don't think there can be anything that's more important. Hello, Ramon? Always the same. All right then. The invention of the century is going to have to be made by just one genius. And what if the material is too heavy? In theory, wood should also fly, if it has enough lift. A light material would, of course, be better. It's definitely something to do with lift. That's the crux of the matter. But how can we be independent of the wind's changing mood? Da Vinci designed that huge screw. I wonder if he'll manage to screw himself into the air with it. It must be possible, as long as it turns quickly enough. His parachute design isn't bad either, but in the end it'll only get him from up there to down here, not from down here to up there. As long as Da Vinci hasn't found a solution, my chances aren't too bad. We used to play catch with this pig's bladder. It's dried and blown up, sturdy and watertight. And I guess it's easier to get into the air than any kind of wood construction. This wooden construction is much too heavy. I'm not at all surprised that this thing didn't fly. A loading crane. I need that if I want to get heavy things onto the roof. One of our first flying machines. but this wooden construction is much too heavy. I'm not at all surprised that this thing didn't fly. The workshop is directly under this large and heavy wooden hatch.